Hello dear students, good morning. Students, today we are going to discuss on the topic that is the animals a source of food. In previous lecture, we were discuss about the different aspect of agricultural practices, in which from soil formation up to the harvesting, threshing and winnowing practices were discussed in previous lecture. Now students, here in this video lecture, the last topic of the agricultural practices is also going to be discussed. After harvesting, threshing and winnowing, the most important and the final step of the agricultural practices is storage of food. To avoid any kind of spoilage, there are many types of storage methods are applied by the farmers to keep their produce for a long duration of time, as well as their distribution to far and distant places to require the need of the country's people. Yes, students, farmers are good contributor to all of you, to all of us, because they not just cultivated their land for their own, they cultivated their land for the nation, for all of us, to require, or you can say that, to obtain the requirement for each and every person of the country as well as worldwide. So there is a lots of contribution of the farmers. Now, storage of crops. Students, the farmers store their extra productivity. Extra productivity means the production he receives from their field after kept for him utilizing for his and his family members, he sells the extra food to the markets or the mandis, and between this duration there is need to keep the food crops so that they cannot get spoiled. There are so big containers, granaries, silos, cold storage and refrigerated warehouses are used to keep these agricultural products to save them from spoilage. Now students, here we are going to discuss what kind of cereals or agricultural products are kept in which type of storage houses or storage areas. So, just as cold storage, what students? Cold storage. cold storage are mainly used to keep the extra productivity like the potatoes, onion, jimmy, that means suran, and garlic, ginger, like vegetable products for long duration of time without spoilage. The cold houses are cold storage houses are properly fumigicides, so no kind of microorganism can damage or destroy these agricultural products or vegetables. Likewise, students, the another method of keeping the granaries, that are the silos. Silos are the large containers having capacity of metric tons or thousands quintals. The 1 quintal is equal to 100 kilograms and 1 ton is equal to 10 quintals. Likewise, in metric ton, thousands tons can be kept, thousands and millions, you can say that metric tons of the granaries can be stored in a large metallic container that is called silos. Inside the silos, the temperature which is required to keep the cereals without any kind of spoilage can be accompanied with the help of thermostators or thermo devices. So, the temperature which is required to keep the grains can be maintained in these large metallic containers. Except them, students, the refrigerated warehouses are also used to keep and also carrying from one place to another place, like the vegetables which get spoiled in few hours to few days. The vegetables like spinach, coriander, pumpkin, gourd are destroyed in just few hours to few days. So, to protect and storage, to avoid spoilage, the refrigerated warehouses or large refrigerators are used after and during the transportation of such kind of vegetables. Thus, students, the storage is immensely important to distribute these agricultural products throughout the country so that no one sleep without food. And there are also many kind of plannings and programs are conducted by our governments since independence, so that the requirements of each and every countryman can be completed with the help of FPS fair price shops. Now, students, going to discuss about the topic that is animals as a source of food. Are animals a source of food? how animals are become as a source of food. Animals are the important sources of food for us, like to the plants, because there are many types of animals which are reared by all of us of good breeds that provides their products to fulfill our requirements and needs. We need to raise carefully to get food from them. It means we have to need to rear the good breed of animals so that we can obtain the animal products at a large scale, not only for fulfill our need but also to supply the requirements for the country. So animals are reared at large scale to produce food. This method of rearing, it means the rearing of animals for obtaining the required animal products, is known as animal husbandry. Is that clear, students? What is animal husbandry? The rearing of such animals which can fulfill or you can say that supply the requirement of our animal product or animal foods. Such rearing practice of the animals is known as animal husbandry. The animals raised for different purposes under animal husbandry are also called livestock. As for example, cow, buffalo, goats, sheep, camels in the desert areas like Rajasthan are reared in great numbers. So this is called livestock. Here the food we get from the animals are given. What are that? Just going to discuss. When the product of animal is discussed, then the first product comes, that is the milk. Yes, students, the milk is also called, the milk and milk products are also called the meal of poor, but its vitality or it is required for vitality due to presence of essential kind of proteins, vitamins and antioxidant agents. Milk is a complete diet. Milk is a complete diet. That's why the young babies obtain all kinds of their requirements with the help of milk. It is not only required or complete the requirement of the young ones or young ages population, but also it can be consumed by each and every person. So let's going to discuss about the milk. Animals which are reared for milk called dairy animals. What? They are called dairy animals, and the practices of rearing animals is also called dairy farming. What? Dairy farming. Mainly in dairy farming, cows, livestock of cows and buffaloes are included in the plains of India, whereas in the desert regions, the camels are reared as a livestock for dairy industry. Now, the dairy animals are also called milch animals. Milch is the term used as a product, as animals which are helpful in production of milk. The milk is used to produce milk products like ghee, butter, curd, cheese, and confectioners used the milk to manufacturing of various types of sweets. Now students, what are the animals which are mainly known for production of milk? Then cow, buffalo, goat and camel are the chief animals which are known for the production of milk. The next animal product is meat. The animals which produces meat for us are goat, chicken, fish, sea, prawn, shrimps. Prawn and shrimps are also aquatic animals. They are found in the fresh living water. And fish are also found in the fresh as well as in marine water. Except these, goat are the chief sources of the meat products are meat, and chickens are also used as a large scale to obtain meat. The meat are rich in proteins and also helpful in the bodybuilding aspects. Now students, eggs are rich in protein, and the egg producing birds are called poultry birds. What? The egg producing birds are called poultry birds. Here are some examples of poultry birds like hen, duck and turkey birds. The practice of keeping and breeding of the poultry birds is also known as poultry farming or poultry. So the practice of keeping and breeding of the egg producing animals is called poultry. And eggs are rich sources of protein. It contains albumin protein mainly. Now students, next one is the honey. Honey is a very delicious, sweet, natural product which are produced by the insect known as honeybee or bees. The honeybees are the insect produces honey. The honeybees collect their honey in beehive. The rearing of honeybees is known as apiculture, and when the practices of apiculture is done at commercial level in a very large area, this area is called apiary. What called? Apiary. Apiary is the term derived from the term Apis. Apis indica is the biological name of honeybee. So here the term api is also derived from the term apis, and apiary is also derived from the apis. So the rearing of honey bees at commercial level to obtain honey at large scale, this is called apiculture. And the honeybees are kept in natural environment at a large area, this is called apiary. Students, honey are sweet in taste and good sources of antioxidant, minerals, as well as anti-allergic and antiseptic property. Thus, students, we can say that the honey have a great value as a natural product which are produced by the insects known as honeybees. Thus, students, this chapter is completed, that is the crop production and management, and the related exercises and question answers will be sent through PDF notes in your groups. Thanks for joining today's lecture.